With automation and technology peering into literally every aspect of our lives, a devil has emerged as a result, popularly known as procrastination. For anyone who doesn't know what procrastination is, it is the urge to put off important tasks, knowing that it might not be the best decision at the point. In this war against procrastination, we can get some valuable assistance from some apps on our smartphones and our computers. And in this video, I want to share the single best app for dealing with procrastination while building you to be more disciplined and also help the planet Earth fight environmental destruction at the same time. Want to know how? The name is Forest. Procrastination is the reason why you find yourself looking at cat videos on YouTube just 10 minutes after you started writing the essay that's due in a few hours. Some of you might argue that, nah, I work well. I work really well under pressure. Research has shown the opposite. Research shows that procrastination is extremely correlated to poor study habits, lower fitness levels, depression, anxiety, lycanthropy, and low self-esteem, which are not really good experiences to have. There are a huge number of apps that claim to cure a certain part of it, but in my opinion and experience, Forest does it the best. Forest is available on both Android and iOS and also as a browser extension for free. There are some optional in-app purchases which I will cover later. The developers claim that it's a good tool to cure your social media addiction or phone addiction in general, but I think it does a lot more than that. Like Mel Robbins says, procrastination is a habit. You don't procrastinate, you have a habit of procrastination. I really believe that Forest can cure that habit by making you not react to distractions over and over again for days, because this has done something way too similar for me. Now I'm gonna divide this video in the 4 following sections. Number 1, how Forest works. Number 2, why it works. Number 3, the in-app purchases, and trust me, they're worth it. Number 4, accomplishment and other features this app has. So let's start off with how Forest works. Forest is a smartphone application which works on the principles of the pomodoro technique. Wikipedia defines it as the pomodoro technique is a time management method developed by Francesco Carrillo in the late 1980s. The technique uses a timer to break down work into intervals, traditionally 25 minutes in length, separated by short breaks. You are totally free to use some other time span as well, as starting from 10 minutes to 2 hours on this app. So basically this app provides you a timer, and what it does different is it plants a little virtual tree as the time starts, and it grows over the whole period of the time span while the timer is running. Forest does not let you exit the app until the timer has finished. That will cure your phone addiction or compulsiveness notifications to a lot. That way you can't reply to your texts, watch anime, or scroll through social media when you're supposed to be working or studying. It also constructs a whole forest for you with different options like daily, monthly, and yearly statistics to give you an estimate of how much productive you have been over a certain period of time. It also gives you a bar graph to represent your highs and lows along with the count of hours you have worked. Now let's jump on to the next question, that is, why does Forest work? As I mentioned before, the Forest app works on the principle of the Pomodoro technique. Often the hardest part of getting started with a certain task is actually getting started. And what the Pomodoro technique does is that it sets the stakes really low. You're much more likely to get started with a task if your primary goal is to work on it for 25 minutes without any distractions, compared to when you have a whole essay to write or a whole assignment to finish. The goal is to focus on the task for 25 minutes or a time period of your choice. And in my experience, I generally end up working even after the time is finished. Another genius thing Forest does is the virtual tree concept. I hope you all like trees and you don't want to be the reason for a tree's death. Forest uses that exact same mindset, offering you a virtual reward for your hard work. And as you do more and more Forest sessions, you'll gradually get better at dealing with all those dopamine hits that the distractions provide, all the notifications on your phone, and your mind will be programmed to crave for the dopamine hit that you get after finishing a task. And there's always an urge to make your forest more green and trying to get better every day. The Forest app has a premium version for just $2.47, that is $170 in Indian rupees, which is pretty affordable to anyone with a smartphone or a PC. There are a bunch of things your premium membership brings you. There are mostly the ability to add friends, to plant real trees, the feature of app Whitelist, and leaderboards. So starting off with the first one of them is that you can add friends and participate in shared study session. A shared study session is basically more than one user having a forest session at the same time, and if any of them leaves the app, it will kill the tree. That way it makes you more accountable to the task and forces you not to use your phone. Coming on to point number 2, you can plant real trees. The premium version also allows you to plant real trees on Earth. The Forest app team has made an agreement with the amazing Trees for the Future organization, who are doing a great job helping our planet fight environmental destruction. They are a charity foundation planting trees in sub-Saharan countries like Cameroon, Kenya, Senegal, Uganda and Tanzania, etc. They have already planted over 145 million trees on Earth. By completing every forest session, you earn virtual coins according to the length of your session, and when you have a total of 2.5k coins, you can head over to the real forest section in the app and plant a real tree on Earth. So basically the Forest app is providing a fund on your behalf for a real tree on Earth. This is the single best motivation I had for purchasing the premium version, and also the shared study sessions. Coming on to point number 3 is app Whitelist. This is a really useful feature. A lot of us has apps on our smartphone that actually help us in our studies or work. For example, Desmos for plotting graphs, Google for doubts, or Evernote for making notes, and music to help us concentrate. In the premium Forest, you can add apps to the Whitelist, and Forest will allow you to use this app even during a Forest session. But you need to be serious about not adding any distracting apps like any social medias or anything to the Whitelist. And lastly, number 4 benefit of the in-app purchases is the leaderboard. If you love to be competitive and perform better in a competitive environment just like me, Forest offers you a leaderboard under the friends section. You'll get 2 different kinds of leaderboards, one among your friends and another one for worldwide with a rank. And let me tell you in advance that you need to work real hard to maintain a rank in the top 5,000, because the Korean and the Japanese students are just crushing it in there. And lastly, coming on to point number 4, accomplishments and other features. We already talked about the Forest feature, which gives you a synopsis of all the overall productivity over a certain period of time. You can also complete achievements and you will be rewarded for the streaks you have, and you can unlock several species of trees and bushes with the coins you earn from successfully completing a forest session. Thank you so much for watching. If you already use the premium version of Forest or you end up purchasing it, feel free to ask me for my email if you want to add me as a friend on the Forest app. A little update on my life: I'm leaving for Hyderabad on 21st of this month for college. You can always DM me on Instagram if you want to talk about anything. And I'll probably make a video about the whole orientation week at IIT Hyderabad, but I can't say for sure, so maybe keep your eyes out. I'm also planning to make videos on procrastination, habit building, productivity and similar topics. Let me know what you guys would like to see. And I really wanted to thank every one of you for all the positive feedback. I am fascinated by the fact that I still don't have a single dislike on my channel. Let's see how long that keeps up. That's all I had to say. Goodbye and hopefully see you soon.